5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark.
That's your 5-minute gun. Now it's time to go boat racing. Here's who will be racing in Heat 3A, presented for Seafair by Alberto Specialty Meats. Seafair thanks HomeStreet Bank, proud sponsor of the HomeStreet Bank Cup. The start of Heat 3A is just a few minutes away. Seafair reminds you that for your own safety and the safety of those around you, everyone must be out of the water while the hydros are on the Ted Jones racecourse. Now, it's time to get out on the water and enjoy the world's fastest hydroplanes. 3A, presented for Seafair by Alberto Specialty Meats.
Thank you very much, Kay Brewer. Looking at the clock, you're right on time. 4 minutes to the start of Heat 3A, presented to Seafair by Alberto Specialty Meats. We've gone down the list a couple of times. Let's do it again. Let's start with U1, Delta Real Track. The driver, Andrew Tate, the predominantly white boat. It is just coming off the exit buoy of the corner on the south end of the race course and starting up the backstretch. It is trimmed in fluorescent orange and yellow. And the driver, Andrew Tate from Walled Lake, Michigan. Entering the south turn right now, the predominantly blue boat, trimmed in white, the Miss HomeStreet. It is U6. It is owned by the citizens of Madison, Indiana. The driver, Jimmy Shane from Maple Valley, Washington. He is about a third of the way up the backstretch. From Bonnie Lake, Washington, J. Michael Kelly. He will sit behind the wheel of the all-red U12. Graham Trucking presents Beacon Plumbing. The all-red boat is trimmed in black and silver, and he is coming down the front straightaway. Just made a move to the left a little bit, I think, to get into lane 1. It almost looked like he had a notion of cutting the race course, and that would have been an illegal maneuver from where he was, because you've got to cut the front to back down here at the lower end of the course. I doubt that was the case. He's going to come all the way down. Rounding out our field from Kent, Washington, Corey Peabody, driving the U98, the red, white, and blue Graham Trucking American Dream. That boat is red, white, and blue. Where's Corey? Corey's about halfway up the backstretch right now in front of the log boom. So Peabody, Kelly, Shane, and Tate. Here we go again, Nate. See if we can keep them from bumping each other this time.
Yeah, I'm looking at him right now. I don't see what's going on a whole lot here, except that Jimmy just kind of popped on the inside of Andrew, and see what happens coming up here. Is he going to get taken away again?
Yeah, well, when he popped into that inside lane, the boat leaped out of the water on him. He had the nose about 5 or 6 feet out of the water, and now he's losing some power there. He might get a warning there. We'll monitor the radio. He dropped way down, Nate.
Yeah, I think you're a little bit like that before you get a warning, and he did just fine on that one. He's just getting a mark. The corners, so these skid fins leave. If you look out there, if you're on the beach here, see the white caps in the corners? Those are all created by the skid fins. So they're just huge. They're like 1.5 foot deep rollers.
1:42 until the start, so we'll look for these guys to come off the top end of the race course and come right down the front straightaway. I think we're seeing J. Michael Kelly do some of that back and forth that we've seen him do here last year, and a lot of the guys have been doing on the race course. Saw Andrew Tate doing a lot of it last week, just going from an inside lane to an outside lane just to scruff off time, because they're going to get down here at a minute 20.
Yeah, no shenanigans this time. They're all kind of settling in. And you're going to have Jimmy Shane in lane 1. You're going to have J. Michael Kelly in lane 2, Andrew Tate in lane 3, and Corey Peabody in lane 4.
Yep, and Andrew's going to hang back here. He is going to do as Kay Brewer was pointing out. He's going to try and hang behind everybody and get a rolling start to come down here to start-finish line, which will happen in 56 seconds. We're inside 1 minute to the start of Heat 3A, presented by Alberto Specialty Meats. So up the backstretch, once again, J. Michael Kelly driving the 12. The Graham Trucking presents Beacon Plumbing. He's in 1. Jimmy Shane in the Miss HomeStreet is in 2. It looks like Peabody is on the far outside, and Andrew is going to park in lane number 3 and have a lot of real estate to work with, Nate.
He's going to do the same thing. He's going to try to get a rolling start on the outside and do what Jimmy Shane did the first heat. So you can tell right now the other guys are just a smidgy early, and they're not going to be a full head of steam. And Andrew, unfortunately, kind of crept up there a little bit early, I think. He could have held back a little bit.
Driving around, Jimmy Shane would be a tall order.
He's got to get on it now.
15 seconds until the start. Now we're inside that. They square up and come down. It is Kelly in 1, Shane in 2, Tater in 3, and Peabody on the outside. We're 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Mark. They are across the start-finish line. Jimmy Shane again's got the jump on the field. The start has been ruled good by the official. Now we'll see if he gets dividends. He being J. Michael Kelly on the inside. But it was a lot of boat speed in that powder blue Miss HomeStreet. And you see he's got about a 2-boat length lead on J. Michael Kelly. They get to the exit pin and start down the backstretch. This looks like a rerun of Heat 2A. Jimmy Shane just flying down the backstretch. He is driving away from JMK. And on the outside, buried in the rooster tail, is Andrew Tate. Nate, whoa, he looks really hot.
Wow, I'll tell you what, Jimmy Shane just took a really rough corner down there. I hope everything's okay. He lost some ground. The JMK is going to sneak up a little bit on the inside, but yeah, Jimmy Shane took a hop down there. He's flying that thing, though. Look at him coming up.
Coming down here to put one in the books. And Shane, yes, if he had a problem, he has got it figured back out. But now the race is going to be for second and third, because look at Andrew Tate on the far outside. Tate is going to pull up with a couple of boat lengths at JMK. Again, it's just like 2A, Nate, because Andrew's got to drive a huge race course where JMK's sitting in lane 1.
Yep, JMK's in some slop, and Andrew's going to be out in some smooth water. And if he hangs in there and finds a smooth lane out there fairly close to that roller, he's going to be able to beat JMK, but he's got to hold it in as tight as he can. There you look at him. He's pulling in front right now.
He just flew by him up the backstretch, but now they get up to the top end of the course. JMK is able to stay tight on the buoy row, but Andrew Tate's got better water, but he's on the far outside. Meanwhile, Jimmy Shane comes off the top end of the race course. He will come down. He will get the white flag, meaning one more to go. It's been a perfect weekend so far for Jimmy Shane, but look at our race for second place. Second place now clearly belongs to Andrew Tate in the U1, the Delta Reel track.
We got something come apart on.
Yeah,
cowling is hanging up on his wing.
It is. The cowling has come off of the U12, and there's no cover over the engine. That's why it looks very low profile, but that cowling is hanging on the horizontal stabilizer.
He's got the inner cowling hanging on the horizontal stabilizer. All he's got to do is limp it around this corner. I know his crew is going, come on, hang in there. Do not lose that intermediate cowling, because you got to build another one if you don't have one.
So he can take it easy and come home in third place and take his 225 third place points. He will be in great shape to make it into the final. Meanwhile, our leader, and he has dominated this set of boats in 2 back-to-back heats in 2A, this time in 3A, presented by Oberto Specialty Meats. Jimmy Shane driving to his HomeStreet, the U6, a dominant victory here, and he has sent a message. I can beat you guys on the outside. Give me an inside lane, I can handle that too. His timing marks are right on. And it's Andrew Tate. He comes down and will pick up a second place. JMK, exactly as our Nate Brown said, they want him to just limp it back, and that is what he is doing. And it looks like he's going to bring the parts back.
I don't know how he still has that cowling on there, but like you said, and you want to get the team wants that thing in there. You can see them anxiously out here on the dock waiting for J. Michael Kelly to bring it in. And it brings new meaning to this. Jimmy Shane won that heat, but boats were tearing apart trying to keep up with him, but J. Michael Kelly able to hold on to that. And you know what, though? I have a feeling there's going to be some serious damage on that, because see where that is sitting on the back of that turbine. It might have some severe damage to the 12, though, but I'm sure with the help of all the rest of his teams, all of the other teams out here on the course, they might have an extra one, or we'll be able to help. I would not put it past any of these other teams to jump onto that Graham trucking trailer once this boat is up there to help get J. Michael Kelly out onto the course.
Well, it's like most forms of motorsports racing. You want to beat that guy, and you want to beat him pretty bad, but you want to beat him on the race course. You don't want to leave him here in the pit area. Our Nate Brown, who will know as well as anybody what the situation is there, I think, and we're going to let Nate go find out. I think it looks a whole lot worse than it is.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. When J. Michael came out of that cockpit, the first thing he did was look back and went, uh-oh.
Yeah, well, he was looking in his rear view mirror, and he thought, boy, a boat that looks just like mine's getting real close.
Yeah. So
well, these guys are really lucky. I mean, looking at this cowling here, and even the heat from the exhaust pipe, it doesn't even look like it melted it that bad. I just can't imagine that. I mean, this is a first for me in 35 years. I've never seen a cowling stay on the back of a boat that's off the boat.
No, I've never seen one land perfectly. JMK's had some boat damage in the past. Remember, he lost the feathering, and he finished, I think it was 2 laps with it just hanging on there. I've seen it before, but this, folks, this one you might want to take a picture of and put it in your keepsake. I think this might need to go in the Gold Cup Lounge. It may not be a Gold Cup race, But you may want to take a picture of this, Brad, and put it up in your Gold Cup lounge.
There's a lot of people in the dock here. I think I'm going to let these guys go, but they're pretty fortunate on this. And there does look like a lot of damage to that cowling. I don't know if it's going to be able to be saved to go on the boat so quick, but they probably got a spare.
Yeah, Nate, I would suggest to go find Jimmy, and then maybe by the time you're done with Jimmy Shane, you come back and find J. Michael Kelly and ask him, how was it to feel with that extra weight on the back? I mean, that has got to take the whole balance of that hydroplane way off kilter. I'm not sure how he even kept that thing on the water. Still, he was still doing probably 95 to 100 miles. Well, he's probably doing 150 with that cowling back there like that.
Oh, it'd be like a parachute. I mean, it would be terrible back there. Plus, it would plant the back end of the boat. It would lift the nose.